Alright YouTube, so for today's vlog we'll be talking about Spider-Man, but before I do I have a quick little announcement, so to speak. So I was watching a movie theater, and recently the trailer for a new Sam Rami movie is coming out. And you know, Sam Rami directed the, of course, iconic Tobey Maguire Spider-Man trilogy, and fingers crossed he comes back for Spider-Man 4, which I'll be talking about also in this vlog. But I'll talk about that movie that he's creating. Send Help is what it's called. It looks super fascinating. I'll make a more in-depth vlog about it probably, but it definitely looks fascinating is all I'm going to say for now. But let's dive into the Spider-Man. So as you guys know, unless you've been living under a rock, there's a new Spider-Man movie coming out this summer, I believe July of 2026, and I believe Hulk and Punisher are also going to be in it, but it won't be rated R, which makes sense because, you know, it's the Marvel Cinematic Universe and not too many R-rated movies except for Deadpool and Wolverine, which was a little bit not as good as I had hoped it to be, but I still enjoyed it. Well, to be fair, I did enjoy it on my initial viewing, but after watching Deadpool 1, I can definitely see it kind of pales in comparison, to be honest. For this drawing, I drew my concept art of Spider-Man 4, and there's a lot of characters. I'll probably explain this drawing a little more in my next sketchbook tour, but I'll give a quick little look at it. So if you enjoyed, I created these characters all in green for a reason that I'll explain in my sketchbook tour. But on the subject of Spider-Man, I do hope Tom Holland's Spider-Man gets at least up to Spider-Man 6, because that would be 2 trilogies worth, which would be, you know, the perfect amount in my opinion. And then maybe we'll talk about passing the torch. But firstly, I don't think Brand New Day should be the conclusion, because, you know, it's called Brand New Day, so it's sort of like, you know, the perfect opportunity to introduce, like, you know, another trilogy, sort of the mini sequel trilogy, I guess we'll call the 6 movie trilogy. I don't know, but the point is we need at least 6 Tom Holland Spider-Man movies if you ask. Of course, we need Sam Raimi back for Spider-Man 4, fingers crossed. And I said this in another vlog, I think personally that they should pick it up where Spider-Man 3 was going to be, rather than just, like, you know, like, sort of just pretend it's 2011. And I explained that a lot more in depth in my other vlog that I'll link in the description below, because I don't want this vlog to go too over time. But the point is, I really do hope we make Spider-Man 4. But also, I heard Andrew Garfield said Amazing Spider-Man 3 will never happen. He also said he wasn't going to be in Spider-Man No Way Home, so hopefully those 2 things are adding up and that we do get Amazing Spider-Man 3. But if we don't, it's still fun to fantasize, and I do hope they learn from the mistake of Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man 2, because I feel like they didn't introduce enough characters that were, like, explored, such as Black Cat, which I hope we do see Felicia Hardy Black Cat as in Spider-Man's Tom Holland universe, because, you know, I know he's going to be in Secret Wars and then Doomsday, whichever's coming first, I forget, but I don't know, I feel like there's so much more they can do with Tom Holland Spider-Man. I know he's pushing 30, but if anyone could be young and pass for young, it's Tom Holland, you know, and Andrew Garfield as well. And if you ask me, Tom Holland Spider-Man could have a really interesting rogues gallery, as I feel like there were a lot of characters that were introduced in his first 2 that we didn't see too much of, because Marvel, you know, with so much going on, it's like, you know, of course the trilogy and 4 movies are going to take a long time to make. But I do think, like, to conclude this vlog, we need 2 trilogies worth of Spider-Man movies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe before talking about moving on. And I'll show my last drawing of Spider-Man once again. Some of these ideas I thought of briefly. This drawing, our camera went out there for a sec and gotta redo this drawing, so, or not redo the drawing, but yeah, never mind. So point is, this is Amazing Spider-Man 3. There's Rhino, who we need to see a Tom Holland Marvel Cinematic Universe version of Rhino. And there's Green Goblin. I'm hoping we see Ned, Spider-Man's best friend's character, become the Hobgoblin, because we did get Green Goblin as Willem Dafoe, which I don't know if we need a new Green Goblin, but we do need a new Green Goblin. I don't know if we need, like, you know, the traditional Green Goblin is what I meant to say. And there's Punisher. Originally I gave him big hair, but I decided to just give him a sideways hat, which is kind of Unk-like, but figured I didn't want to make his hair too big. And there's Gwen Stacy and Betty Brant next to Spider-Man, and there is Venom, Carnage, who I hope we see either or in Amazing Spider-Man, Tom Holland Spider-Man, I mean. There we have Vulture, and I gave him facial hair as a reference to the character Nosferatu, or character Count Orlok from Nosferatu, and as you can see, he's very scary, ugly, and intimidating. And there's Shocker, and number 4 for Spider-Man 4, Felicia Hardy Black Cat, who we definitely need to see. And last but not least, there's Rhino, who I already showed, and of course, the myth, the man, the legend, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, who I'm hoping comes back, but I'm beating a dead horse now. So, conclusion, I'm super excited for the Amazing Spider-Man Brand New Day. But something also I've been noticing is Sadie Sink's character has not been revealed yet, which I'm honestly happy about, because it's so fun to theorize who characters may be. I heard a theory that she may be Punisher's daughter, and Of course, some theories that she's Jean Grey or the new MJ, but who knows? I'm excited for this movie nonetheless, and excited for many 2026 movies to come. So until then, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned more soon. I love Spider-Man. Goodbye.